Quest Audiobooks presents an unabridged recording of Fulcrum by X Holden, narrated by Bennett. Aggressor Series Recap. Aggressor. The pilots of private military contractor Aggressor Inc. are thrown into the front lines of a superpower conflict between China and America. A Chinese blockade of Taiwan escalates into a shooting war. Having smuggled hypersonic carrier killer missiles onto Taiwan, Aggressor Inc. pilot Karen "Bunny" O'Hare delivers a heavy blow to China's supercarrier Plan Fujian. But as Aggressor Inc. uncovers a traitor in its midst, China fights back, driving U.S. carriers back to the sheltered waters of friendly countries. The limited conflict looks set to escalate. Beachhead. U.S. President Carmen Carliotti is prepared for war. She sees Taiwan as the rock upon which I will break Communist China's back. Trapped on an encircled Taiwan, Aggressor Inc.'s contract with the USAF sees it stood up as 68th Aggressor Squadron. As China unleashes a storm of missiles against Taiwan, and the U.S. responds with a lightning campaign to dislodge China from its possessions in the South China Sea, events spiral out of control. India and China clash on their Himalayan border, and a well-planned assassination attempt nearly claims the U.S. president's life. As casualties mount, 68th Aggressor is tasked to destroy a Chinese missile launch site, but the weapons it is launching are unlike any the world has seen. Swarm. The U.S. and its coalition partners surge aircraft, ships, and troops into the Taiwan theater, prepared to meet a coming Chinese invasion. However, China's game plan for conquering Taiwan is not to invade it with troops, but with thousands of autonomous killer drones, slaughterbots, and they do not intend to fight alone. China announces a new multinational defense alliance, the Shanghai Pact, comprising nuclear-armed nations China, Russia, Iran, and North Korea. Losses over Taiwan mount. As 68th Aggressor Squadron is pulled out of Taiwan, Bunny O'Hare is shot down over the strait and makes her way back to the Taiwanese mainland. She arrives to news of an outbreak of a deadly virus on the island, one for which only China and its Shanghai Pact allies have a vaccine. China launches a space offensive that takes out U.S. and allied military communication and GPS satellites. As O'Hare and a Taiwanese robotics engineer race to find a counterweapon to the Chinese slaughterbots scourge, U.S. deaths on Taiwan mount. The virus threatens to spread to the U.S. mainland, and the U.S. declares war on China. A traitor emerges at the heart of the U.S. government, but which master...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?